Hello there, today is 2055, so you can see in the top corner. I also did some roleplay last night, but today I'm going to finish these guys, and I'm also going to hopefully get the vast majority of this giant finished. He's nearly there. There's just a few, well, quite a lot of detail that needs to be finished. For the Zombicide stuff, it was just a matter of giving everything a quick once over with some varnish to give them some extra protection while they sit in their plastic cases, because quite often that will rub off the paintwork. Once that had dried, I added some gore effects with some Blood for the Blood God. I really like using this sort of stuff, especially for zombie games, because it really sort of emphasises the horror of the whole thing. But for some reason, I never really used them for Warhammer or anything like that. I'm not entirely sure why, though. With the giant, there was quite a lot to actually do. I had to tidy up a little area on his trousers, or his roped together trousers, as I didn't realise when I was actually painting that, but I went over on the skin, so I quickly reapplied that. And once that was done, I then went ahead and started with the detail, and I painted the little guy's hair. I did both the one on the back and the one on the front. I got the shield out of the way. It took me a while to actually think about what I wanted to do with the sort of Empire shield on his wrist. In the end, I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to paint it blue. I didn't want to do a fancy design. That might take away from the rest of the model, so blue would do. I then moved on to the metallics and got all that goodness out of the way. There's not much on this guy, thankfully, so it wasn't a chore. And I finished off his face, well, his beard, which really actually ties sort of the model together. Him actually having some more colour on his face definitely changes the whole sort of way he looks. And the last thing I did was paint all the bone colours and his fingernails, well, start, I should say, because basically I had to end things with a wash, and that was going to take too long to dry. But there he is. He's looking great, and I can't wait to finish him off tomorrow and start on that base. And speaking of tomorrow, I will get the video up for this paint guide tomorrow. I was going to do it Monday, but then I thought I normally put a short up on a Monday, and I don't want to like put too much stuff up in one day. So tomorrow I'll do. Today is 2056, and I'm going to get this giant finished. I won't be able to do his base because that'll take some time to dry, because I've got an actual texture paint, so I'm going to use the old method. I need to cover up those moles as well. Or they're not moles, those paint splashes. Well, they do kind of look like moles. And if I've got enough time, I will start work on the next 3 survivors of the Rio de Janeiro Zombicide add-on pack. There is very little left to do on the giant. It's actually just his bone work. That sounded a bit off, but there's not much. Like I said, there's not much left to do. There's just that and like teeth, nails, that sort of thing, and then he'll be done. And then I'm going to have to base him. And I still haven't picked up any Sterland. I can never remember the name of that, but I still haven't picked up any texture paint, so I'm going to have to go old school and use some PVA glue and some sand. Sorting out the little gaps between his toes with PVA glue was a big pain, and to be honest, I think I'd rather do it this way than actually use a texture paint, because I'll probably get it all over his feet. I added a couple of rocks as well, just for variation, and to make it a little bit more noticeable, and to weigh him down slightly as well. Once that was all finished, though, we sat there and had to wait to dry, and that'll take till tomorrow. I like to give plenty of time, so I started on the Zombicide stuff. Didn't really get much time to do that either, because once again I hit a wall with a wash, so I didn't really want to start any more projects, so I was cut short by about 20 minutes today. But still, plenty done, and well, I really like painting. I'm really into painting again recently. I don't want to stop doing it, but busy adult stuff. So there we are. That's the giant finished paint-wise. I did have to do a little bit of cleaning up, because where my thumb had like rubbed off and that sort of caught. But there's his base, drying nicely. It's going to look spectacular when it's finished, fingers crossed. And then he's going up on eBay. And these guys, they're quite interesting models. There's a lot of tattoos on the one that's holding the shotgun on his shoulder, so I can't wait to do that. Today is 2057, and I'm going to do a little bit of work on the giant. I can't do much because basically I'm going to have to wait for the paint to dry, but I will continue work on the second part of the Zombicide Rio de Janeiro pack. Cracked open a new pot of burnt umber, which is how I'm going to paint the base, and I squared out quite a bit too much. That's a bit of a wasteful and a little bit annoying. However, this is the reason why it's going to take sort of a long time. I need this to dry for at least 24 hours, make sure it's thinking. You've also got to be very careful when doing this, because you might reactivate the PVA, which means all the sand and the stones will come off. Tomorrow, once it's all dry, I'll start work on, well, I'll finish it off, to be honest. I'll at least get the painting done and probably get the PVA down as well, so we can get some grass on there. The Zombicide stuff come along quite nicely. Really enjoying painting these models, although I'm not looking forward to painting this guy fully, because he has a lot of tattoos, and I'm not brilliant when it comes to freehand stuff. I try my best. I'm getting there, slowly, but I'm not, like, absolutely fantastic. The vast majority of them are done now. I've finished off most of the clothes apart from Steve here. I think his name's Steve, who needs to have his shirt finished. But if I've got enough time tomorrow, I'll do that. Me and my partner also played Zombicide 2nd edition as well. We played the second mission. Really good fun. It was quite a lot of fun. We did have a horrendous moment very early on when we drew an abomination in one of the rooms we had to go in, so that was pretty unpleasant. Second edition does seem to be quite a bit harder than the first edition, but it's still a lot of fun. Absolutely love the game. Fully recommend it. Today is 2058, and all I'll be doing today is finishing off the Giant's base. First thing I did was paint the rocks. Get those out of the way. It makes it a lot easier for when I'm dry brushing the rest of the base. Plus, as well, the secondary colour can be also used to dry brush the base, or the sand, I mean. As well. So I dry brushed it with some lighter grey just to get some variation in there, and after that I went ahead and dry brushed it with Carrick stone. I also dry brushed the entire base then. Once that was out of the way, I then went ahead and painted the edges with some abandoned black just to tidy everything up and make it look as uniform and neat as possible. And then, to be honest, this is probably my favourite part of the basin. I added some PVA glue so I could start using my little fuffer for applying some static grass. I do want to get a static grass applicator at some point, but at the moment I don't really have any space to put one. So it's just my little foofer thing. Once the foofing was out of the way, I then added some tufts of grass just to give it a little bit more variation on the actual base itself, and with that it was all done. I'm really quite happy with him. I think he looks quite nice. I'm gonna sling him up on eBay, see how he does. If he doesn't sell, he doesn't sell. I'll happily sort of keep him, but he'll be up there for a while. Most likely giants and things like that aren't really in the in vogue at the moment, I guess. But again, really happy with him. Nice little project. Finally painted him, got him out of the way, and hopefully he'll go to a new home soon. Today is 2059, and I'm going to continue work on the Zombicide stuff. It's mostly doing the detail work today, including once again some more sort of detail work on the shirts and things like that with some freehand stuff, which I'm not, as I've said earlier, not exactly overly keen on, but at least I'm getting plenty of practice, so hopefully I should be absolutely brilliant by the end of this video. It was mostly spent doing the pouches today, which are the main details of all the guys, and then I started the skin, and that was as far as I could go, gave it a wash, and that's it. So basically a short one, short-ish, well, short for this, but the whole process took 2 hours in total, but I'm very pleased with the way everything's going. Not sure if I'll be able to finish them tomorrow because it's Saturday, but they should be finished by the end of the week. Today is 2060, and it's just going to be working on flesh today because I don't have enough time to do anything else. One of the things over the years I really have enjoyed painting is flesh. I really do find it quite satisfying to go from the base coat to the main colour. Not entirely sure why, I just think you can get some really lovely looking effects, and the faces are obviously the sort of focal point of a lot of the models, and once you sort of nail that look, you can take an average looking model and make it look absolutely phenomenal. I also had to do sort of 2 different types of flesh tones as well, one slightly tanned and one clearly sort of not going in the sun much with the Steven character from the Zombicide stuff. So his skin is a slightly lighter skin tone than the others, so he stands out a little bit more on the tabletop. But very happy with the results. So yeah, there we are. That's today. Not much, but we're getting there. Today is 2061 and it's Easter Sunday and the clocks went back last night, so I've lost an hour's sleep, so I'm a little bit knackered. And of course, that would happen on the day when I have to do loads of tiny little details. That's pretty much all it was today. The bulk of the miniatures are now finished, so I've just got to work on all those small extra details that really bring Command's miniatures to life. However, it is very time consuming. All in all, it took about nearly 2 hours just to get as far as I did, so sadly I didn't actually quite finish what I wanted to today, which is of course these guys. I've also got to make a decision where I want to try and paint in MC's tattoos or not. That's kind of a good thing because I'm not entirely sure how confident I'm going to be at that. I think I might give it a go. If I mess up, I can always repaint at the end of the day, can't I? So, to be fair to myself though, Command's models, because they've got such a large amount of detail, I always overestimate how quickly I'm going to get things done, because I always forget exactly how much detailing work these guys have. Like, for example, after this I'm going to start painting some more Star Wars Shatterpoint stuff, because I'm completely out of spray, so I can't do any more Bretonnian, so I'm going to have to work on what's already sprayed up, and that's mostly Star Wars stuff. All in all, though, I can't really complain. It's been a fairly decent week. I finally got that giant finished, and he's taken a few weeks to do, mostly because I've been doing him in dribs and drabs, but he's out of the way and he's up on eBay. Got some Zombicide stuff done, and of course more Zombicide stuff nearly finished. So now the tattoos on MC is going to be something I have to consider tomorrow, I think. I don't know whether I should. If I should, what do you guys think? If you think I should, let me know in the comments. If I shouldn't, if I should be a coward and not try, also let me know as well. Thank you very much for watching. If you made it this far, please think about subscribing and give us a thumbs up, and I will see you on the next one. Goodbye for now.